Excellent job with Power. It's
Thank you.
an amazing show. I want to start there. A woman of color, behind the scenes, really controlling this storyline in a large way. Why is that so important for the entertainment industry to have more of?
Well, it's interesting. I feel like it's really important for all different kinds of voices to be represented. It's not that it should be all people of color or all not. I think it's really important because we get to put more nuanced portrayals on screen. I also think that it's good for younger women and people of color to see me and go, oh, I can do that. When I was a young woman, I didn't know this job existed. So I had to find my way to it. It would be so great, I think, for younger people to see, oh, okay, I can tell stories. I can tell stories that go on the air.
Absolutely. And you know what? You see that in the show because the gender equality in the characters is really refreshing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I want there to be female characters on TV that are just as complicated and nuanced as male characters. I think that the idea that a woman is just an outgrowth of a man, what I like to call the Adam's rib of character creation, it's just absurd. And as a woman, I live a full and complicated life. Why shouldn't that be reflected on screen? I think it is so important that Angela and Tasha and other female characters really represent all different kinds of womanhood and different kinds of humanity, so they can be relatable to anyone.
Absolutely. And the layers of the show, not only in the whole plot of the show, but each character is so layered in different ways.
Thank you.
How difficult is that for you to really give equal time to the stories, the individual stories in the show?
Oh my God, it's so hard. I mean, you asked an incredible question. It is very difficult. We have so much more screen time than you have on broadcast television.
Right.
And it's funny, it expands. The storytelling expands to meet the boundaries of that. So it is definitely a challenge. But I really believe in this sort of novelistic idea of storytelling where you really do come in and out of certain characters and tell those stories. So, we try to make sure that everyone is touched in every episode, but sometimes people get more or less.
And how did you and Curtis come together on this? How did that work?
Oh, well, Mark Canton and 50 had talked about putting together a TV show at one point that was sort of fast-paced and music-driven. And I was working on a completely different project that was about an action thing with like a female lead character. And then we ended up coming together, and 50 and I just clicked right away. Creatively, we have so many of the same tastes that it just overlapped really nicely. And I had no idea what to expect. Who would know what to expect of like a huge international superstar? And he ended up being not only a great collaborator, but a friend.
And he plays such a great part in the show.
And he's a tremendous actor.
Yes.
And people do not know that. People think that it's just like vanity, because a lot of people from the music business become actors. He is so talented and really takes up the screen with this incredible charisma. He's really just, I think this year people are going to be blown away. I don't think he's going to be able to do any other job after this, because I think people are just going to require him to be an actor.
And when I was talking with him, I want to ask you the same question. The show really does display the complexity of the drug game, that there's different levels, there's different positions, there's different levels of power. And the show does a great job of showing that. But does it glorify it?
I don't think so. The thing is, it doesn't seem very glamorous. People keep dying. So if you are watching the show and you're like, this looks like fun, well, I don't know. If you watch the first season, I'm not sure pink sneakers running around killing all your friends seems like a great idea. Now, if in fact it looks cool and looks glamorous because we like the people doing it, well, they're also losing a tremendous amount of freedom and self-respect. That's Ghost's journey, is that he's still in this game and he wants to get out and he can't. So, if he's your hero, if he's your protagonist, he's actually displaying the opposite. He's saying, I don't want to do this. No matter how good it might look, I don't want to do this anymore. And, it's said in episode 3 of season 1, all drug dealers end up dead or in jail.
Absolutely.
So we're absolutely not glorifying it. We're bringing the real. The real is that, sometimes it hurts.
Courtney, what's the biggest takeaway that you want audiences to take from this show?
What I would love is for people to think about their own road not traveled. the path that they didn't take, whether it's the person who got away, the risk they didn't take. That's the thing with Ghost. Ghost didn't take a risk. He could have gone into getting an education or trying hard to be legit, and he didn't. He didn't take that risk, and so that's why he's stuck where he is right now. So that, to me, is like the central theme of the show.